Boys, recently, our friend of the program, Kanye West, was spotted at the JFK airport in New York City in the regular ass TSA line with the normies. Kanye's a billionaire. Wow. A billionaire, Kanye is. If you were a billionaire, what are you never doing again? Because that for me is number one. I'm never waiting in a TSA line. I'm never flying commercial ever again. Kanye's out here on commercial flights.
I mean, we could just clear the menu and discuss this for the whole hour if you guys want.
Honestly, we could dive deep into this. I didn't realize it was going to be that type of bombshell to start the show here.
Jeez, yeah.
Holy cow. I mean, like, and the fact that, you know, get some TSA pre-check at least or something, or first class, at least get to that level. It's not as embarrassing, but just in with the regulars. Ooh, boy. Yeah, that's certainly the first thing to go for me is flying public, flying commercial with the regulars, if you will.
The normies is what I like to call them.
The normies. Yeah.
The normies.
The normies brunch. I'm never waiting for a table at a restaurant ever again, because I hate that. I hate that so much. There's way too much planning that involves with that, but I want to walk into any restaurant I want on the planet when I want and not have to wait.
Yeah, I just think about like the stuff I have to do every day that I would outsource, man. That's the stuff I'm never going to do again. I'm not doing yard work. I just did like 35 minutes of dishes. I get a butler. I will have a butler. I will have a cook. I will have a driver, you know, all the good stuff. I just want to I think what I'm getting at is I don't ever want to move again. I want to just be static. I want to sit on my couch and I want to watch football. And then I want other people to do all this stuff for me. If I'm a billionaire, which will never happen.
Dude, this is interesting. For all the people who are listening who also follow ChrisGatesFitness.com, he's telling you that he becomes a billionaire. He's going to have somebody else lift weights for him. Yeah. Or get surgery or something. Right. He's like, I'm sitting on the couch and doing nothing, but he's still going to look the same.
We're going to automate my gains and I'm never going to work for him. That's 100% true. Automate the gains.
You're just going to have all of those things like on your arm, just lifting for you. You're just going to be constantly going like this.
Just hook me up to some electrodes and some of that cupping shit that Michael Phelps does. I'm good. And then I'll just like watch Kent State play Buffalo on TV and it'll be great. That's all I want.
Dude, life. I did cupping. Have you ever done this? Have you ever done that?
I have not. No.
Okay, I understand why you haven't. I did it at physical therapy like a couple months ago when I was still going like every single week. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Like,
really?
Dude, it's incredible. Like, the way I felt after that, I was like, can I do this all the time? They're like, no, you cannot do this all the time. Your insurance will not cover you cupping all the time. So, yeah, because and like honestly, only like 2 people at my physical therapy office that could actually like do it. Because you have to be like certified, otherwise you can really like screw some shit up if you do it. But,
certified
man,
cuppers. Like certified cuppers. You're the cuppy.
You know what's crazy about cupping is like nobody knew what it was until Michael Phelps showed up at the swimming pool with like all these. It looked like huge chicken pox
marks on it.
And then like it became this like treatment that nobody ever knew of.
Now they all do it. Now it's like if there's an Olympic diver that doesn't have cup marks, it's like they obviously don't know what they're doing.
Yeah. So if Didi's a billionaire, he's gonna get cupping every day.
Oh my God, I have a cup lady living at the house.
Butler and a cup lady. That's all I need.
Welcome to the Brunch Breakdown, everybody. It's Didi out here in Los Angeles. Chris and Dan are in Pittsburgh. And I just want to say I love this podcast so much.
I didn't think we were going to bring that back around. I didn't know how we were going to get there.
No, we always land the plane. Land the plane.
Well, today on the show, we have a lot to get to. We're going to be talking about this new Home Alone trailer, and I have been holding my tongue all day long to talk about this, so I can't wait. The Rock raps now, apparently. We're going to talk about that and compare him to another famous brunch breakdown legend who makes music as well. The Pittsburgh Penguins start their season. When you listen to this, they'll have already started it, and we're going to talk about their playlist. They have what we're listening to, Brunch Courts. We got some cool items in there, and we have an awesome Super Nintendo. I'll call it a graph. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to call it a graph.
Yeah, like a lottery. I don't know.
Yeah, it's a lottery. Let's do that.
Yeah.
Well, before we get started, let's go to Dan so he can tell us where we can find the Brunch Breakdown.
Everywhere.
Cool.
That's it. You can find the Brunch Breakdown.
All right.
You can find the Brunch Breakdown anywhere you can find podcasts: Apple, Spotify, Google, SoundCloud, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, literally everywhere. Every Thursday, brand new episodes come to you Thursday mornings. Hit subscribe, hit follow, make sure those episodes come to you and they're on with you and ready to be on the go. So you could just have this content as soon as you wake up with your morning cupping and your cup of coffee and a cup of the Brunch Breakdown every Thursday morning. Full video episodes on demand every Thursday as well. Getting through this. Noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific. You should watch the videos because you can see my co-hosts losing their minds right now, which is why I can't keep a straight face while doing this promo. Those are on our YouTube and our Facebook pages. And of course, like I said, on demand anytime you want to watch those at Brunch Breakdown. Simply search at Brunch Breakdown on every other social media as well. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Triller, TikTok. And then, of course, don't forget, a brand new Sounds of Brunch comes your way. That playlist every week on Spotify on Friday. Just search Sounds of Brunch. There we go. Made it through.
I just, when Dan said everywhere, and then like, you do need to watch these episodes if you're listening and you don't, because like the look on Dan's, the expression Dan gave when he said everywhere, and then he went into it, just like was the first time I realized how sick Dan is of reading all that stuff at the beginning of the episode. He's like, oh my God. Okay. I have to do this again. We're on blah, 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 blah. He's like everywhere. Can we just say everywhere, please?
We just say that now. Yeah. New listeners to the program, go back, listen to an old episode. You'll find us. So wherever you found us, you'll find us there next time.
Yeah. You're here. You found us. It's fine.
Well, I guess let's get to Bruce Day, which it sounds like Dan needs one. So I'm going to get started so we get to him very quickly. Guys, I'm back. I recorded last week, which was terrible, but I'm back. And I'm with something that I haven't tried before. So not only do we get me back for Bruce Day, but I'm trying taste testing this week too.
Oh,
Energy City Brewing Company. We got here Aloha Sunrise Sorbet IPA.
Let's go.
Orange and pineapple. I'm ready. Let's see if I can open this myself.
He came back and he broke out a sorbet there, Dan.
He did. How about that? He's got what he's doing.
Oh yeah.
I need this.
Look at this. Let's check out this color. It looks like pineapple. That's
yeah.
Oh.
Ooh, good aroma. The notes on the nose. Wafting.
Oh man.
Wafting.
Oh yeah. This is good. This is good. This is very good. You taste all the pineapple and orange right here. Like literally orange juice, pineapple juice, put them together, and whatever they did to make this alcohol, that's what it tastes like. Like I could chug this right now. I swear to you. Like it tastes like it's just orange juice and pineapple juice. I'm not even joking. This is wild. Like, wow. Is there alcohol in this? Did I get duped? I don't like 6.5 APV. Okay. Yeah, this is great. Wow. It says palate teasing experience. So, hey man.
Who's this by again? Run that back.
This is Energy City Brewing Company in where am I? Oh, hold on. The tag's in front of it. Yeah, there you go. Illinois.
Batavia, Illinois.
Itasca?
Putting them on the map.
Yeah, well, shouts to Illinois.
Wow.
Yeah.
They've got some pretty ridiculous sounding beers.
I've got a couple of them yesterday because I went to my favorite like 6-pack shop. They just have a bunch of beers from all over the place. And I went there and stocked up on a bunch of different things that you'll be hearing about over the next couple of weeks. But I grabbed a couple from Energy City because
Nice.
They had some cool sounding stuff. So I was like, you know what? Let's do this.
Apparently their bistro series sounds pretty ridiculous. Yeah. Bistro mango, banana, and pineapple. Bistro apple and cranberry crumble, just in time for fall. Oof. Mango, strawberry, banana smoothie. Pineapple, coconut cream pie. Pumpkin cobbler. Oh, baby. Oh, Daniel Dudley, you have unleashed a demon here.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Illinois, shouts to you. I was not expecting it to be from Illinois. So, like, when I saw that, I was like, that can't be right. And I was like, oh, yeah, it is. So, yeah. Shouts to Energy City Brewing Company, because this is fire. Aloha Sunrise Sorbet. Love it. It's also like 60 degrees in LA, so I'm freezing. And I put the heat on in my house today. Aloha.
Wow.
Like it.
Chris, what do you have on your palate this week?
Yeah, so I'm back with another Oktoberfest because it is in fact October, and it's like apparently 20 degrees warmer here than it is where Dee Dee lives in LA, but that's okay.
Yes,
we're gonna stick with the Oktoberfest, even though this weather is totally ruining the vibe. I have the Oktoberfest lager from our good friends Hitchhiker Brewing, and this one, so I've already had one of these, so I'm not tasting it for the first time, but this one, I tried their breakfast stout woke on the podcast many months ago, because when I had that, it was like, to me, this is the beer of the brunch breakdown. I mean, it was brunch in a can. And I kind of, I don't know, like Oktoberfest all kind of have a similar type of taste to them. There's obviously, varying flavors to it, but this one kind of has, I'm getting like a little bit of the maple that is very strong in what woke that breakfast stout. That's something I noticed when I was kicking this one back, and I feel like I had this one after I had one of the Penn Brewing Oktoberfest. So it was like noticeably different in that regard, that like maybe I was getting a little bit of more maple just because I had it after another Oktoberfest. But it's quite delightful. I love it. I've yet to have a bad beer from Hitchhiker Brewing, and I thank them for their service. So cheers, boys.
I like it. Yeah, that's a great one. That's a great Oktoberfest. Can't go wrong with that. Well, I wanted to kind of keep with the theme of fall. We've got Halloween coming up. And so I found a beer that the flavor doesn't necessarily reflect that, but the can and the name does. And this is courtesy, special shout out to good friend, great friend, in fact, of the podcast, Ryan, who has sent us and shared a variety of beers with us all. This one's from him, from Phoenix Brewing Company out of Mansfield, Ohio. So I've got an Ohio brew for us today. And this one is called the Cyclops, easy for me to say, milkshake IPA with blackberry and vanilla. And we have an absolute gem of a can there. You got Mr. Skeleton right there. It's just too fitting for October. I love milkshake IPAs, and this one it's IPA forward, right? So that's kind of what you taste at first, is the haziness of a milkshake IPA, like light hops, not a ton of hops, but they're very smooth, kind of citrus base hops. And then you've got that blackberry and that touch of vanilla, kind of finish things off to smoothen and round it out. And I think as this kind of even gets a little bit warmer, I might even get more of that. So a lot of great stuff going on here. First time I've had or even heard of this brewery, Phoenix Brewing Company. Love the can art. Shouts to the Cyclops on there just in time for Halloween. So shouts to Ryan and shouts to you boys enjoying this with you here on Brews Day.
Is that Post Malone
on the cover? No.
Kind of looks like him.
He's throwing a baseball, so I don't really know if there's another overlying theme going on here. He kind of looks like CM Punk for any wrestling fans. That looks a lot like CM Punk, who's a Chicago guy, so that doesn't really make sense. And then he's throwing it to Mr. Cyclops Skeleton with the baseball bat. So Maybe one of our Ohio boys or Ryan can fill us in, but I don't know who this mystery man is right here. Maybe it is.
Cleveland Cyclops would have been better than the Guardians. Not gonna lie.
Anything would have been better than the Guardians.
Way better. Also, right. Anything but Cyclops, that would have been good. So
they could have called them the Cleveland Ryans, and it would have been better.
Well, boys, cheers. Happy Brews Day.
Happy Brews Day, fellas. Let's go.
All right. Well, let's get it off our chests. A great segment where we just talk about random things and get them off our chests. Chris, get us started, man.
All right. I've done a lot of soul searching over the past week, gentlemen, and I think it's time for me to just admit to myself and to all of my friends that I just don't care about fantasy football. I just don't. I just like every year I go into fantasy football season, I'm like, yeah, this is, you know what, this is the year. Like, not like, I don't go into it thinking like, this is the year I'm going to draft the perfect team and I'm going to win it all. I more so go into the year and being like, this is the year where like, I'm going to try. And by week 4 or 5 of every season, I already don't care anymore. I just don't. Like every year I think that, and then like, I go through the season and like the team that I drafted at the beginning of the year is basically the team I have at the end of the year. If a guy gets injured, I just like pick up the top ranked player at that position as a free agent. And I just keep going because that's like the lowest amount of effort that I need to put forth to continue having a team. But like sometimes we're lucky if on Thursday I remember to set my lineup, you know, because there's Thursday night. I don't care. It's a way for me to kind of stay in touch with my friends, I suppose. But I don't even talk to my friends about the fantasy football matchups. Like, did I just play you, Dan? What's your team name?
Yum Yum Meet 'em Ups.
Yeah. Okay. I just rolled you. I just got the score update.
Oh yeah, you did. You like broke the record for scoring in a week.
It was like 209 to like 110 or something. Like I crushed you.
It was rough.
We didn't even talk about it. We didn't even know we were playing each other till this moment. So like, what am I doing? What am I doing playing fantasy football? I don't think there's any purpose for me to do. It doesn't enhance anything. I just basically take up players that other people could use more effectively. And I apologize to everybody involved. I'm not dedicated enough for this stuff. And that's it. But I'm sure I'll play again next year.
I'll be sending you a couple of trade proposals as soon as we wrap up here based on your interest level. So thank you for
that's hilarious. Dan, that's a great point because you know what happens? People send me, I get at least like 5 of them a year. People send me trade. I don't even respond to them. Like you can reject it. I don't even acknowledge the fact that I saw it. I just let it linger until
it's just don't live it on the maybe shit all over again. You live on that maybe. Don't live on that maybe.
In fantasy football, I am on maybe for 17 weeks or 18 weeks this year. I just don't care.
Yeah, I hate fantasy football. And I stopped playing years and years and years and years and years ago. Anytime someone asks me, and it's the same thing with all the things like Super Bowl blocks, all that stuff. Like I do none of it. Like people are like, oh, I know Didi's going to do it. He loves sports. No, I'm good. I just hate it. Hate it. Siobhan, on the other hand, is fantasy on the phone, talking smack to people on like Sunday night. Like it's a mess.
Wow.
Yeah. It's a mess.
That's
obviously
cool.
I'm not great at it, so
but that's the thing, it's like I've won the league before, but I've put in no effort, and most of the time I'm not very good. I wish I was like Siobhan and like was into it and cared, but I just can't. And I've tried. It's just not for me. So we'll see if I play next year, but I probably will.
Dan, get it off your chest.
So this past weekend we were out to dinner in our local area here, and everywhere we ran into, it was kind of late, and we thought we wouldn't have any issues getting in anywhere. And then we realized like every restaurant was jam-packed full of teenagers. We were like, what is happening here. And then we realized it was homecoming weekend, and how glorious of a memory that is. Why do we still celebrate high school homecoming, right? We don't need a homecoming for high school anymore. Like, you've got your reunions are fine to do every 5, more like 10 years. But homecoming for high school, it's just not necessary, or at least to call it that anymore. And you can think like years from now, right? Like, we don't go back to our high schools for homecoming to go watch the football game or any of this other weird stuff that they have going on. And I literally live 5 minutes from where I went to high school. And I'm like, no, I'm not doing that. And then you got to think about the kids that are in school now, like Gen Zs, like they have more friends that they've met online and on their phone than they've met in person. So how are they going to reconnect with them at homecoming in 20, 30, 40 years, or whatever it might be? And as for the dance, really, that's kind of really what this is all about, is that there were just groups on groups on groups having dinner before the big homecoming dance. We need to change up the format here. It's the traditional guy asking a girl, and then vice versa for the Sadie's Hawkins or whatever other dance they want to call it. It's dated, it's old, it's got to go. I saw more groups of like dateless groups of just friends at the restaurant that we went to than I've like ever seen. Like big groups, like, oh, we're going as friends, like not paired up with anybody. I like that. More of that. I'm good with like dressing up a little bit. We have to stop buying like the, Kmart shirt matches the tie thing. We've got Gen Z's better than that. There was a little bit too much of that I saw. And in the neighborhood I'm in, expect a little bit better. So I'm good with that, making it a nicer event, but the overall format, I think, needs to change. No more like pressures, no traditions, no lames, none of that. And not everybody likes to dance either, right? Especially at that super awkward age. So let's come up with this sort of multi-purpose event. And this is where I kind of need some help from you guys, where it's something where everybody would really want to go to, where there can be the dance portion. Maybe there's like different music themes, like for each hour. Or maybe there's like a room where there's gaming, right? Everybody's into gaming right now, and that there's gaming going on. Or maybe one room they're like they're just showing a movie. People just want to hang out, watch a movie, something like that. Create your own selfie station backdrop thing, and people can go in there and use it, whatever. But I think we need to change up the format, get a little bit more of what's current, and just drop all the lame traditions and the dancing, and stop calling it homecoming, because nobody's coming back home.
It's just,
I strike a nerve.
It feels so weird that you're so anti-dancing.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's not that I'm anti-dancing, because clearly that I would never. But I realize at that age, not everybody is into that. And there can still be a dance portion. Like, it can still be centered around the dance. But I'm sure there are people at that age that want nothing to do with that. So they have something else to do. So there's some other reason for them to go. But I don't know. I don't know if other things, because if you're still going to make it a nicer event, you're going to dress up whenever, you can't have like activities you're going to be running around in. So I don't know what you do there. But yeah, still centered around the dance, but give those other kids some other options.
I mean,
that's all I'm saying.
Outside of, the name homecoming is kind of silly. Like,
that's where it starts. That's got
kind of silly. But everything else, I disagree with you on, Dan. Like, leave the kids alone. Like, let them have a dance. Let them stand in corners if they want to. Like, I do like the fact that maybe one thing that has come with, with younger people is that, like, they don't have the pressure to go with the one person. They do have more friends that go, because a lot of that is really freaking stupid. Like,
right,
when you're
exactly.
just all going to a place where it's like, if you have a boyfriend, girlfriend, cool, but like forcing people to do that when you all could just get dressed up and just go out to eat together, and you don't have to worry about having some dude ruin your time or like some girl ruin your time when you could just go with your homies, you know? So I get that. And I think that's cool. But like, I don't know, changing it up and doing a bunch of other stuff. I mean, if that's what kids want, cool. But like, I don't know, like dances are still fun. Dancing
That's what I need. I should have went around and had a survey at the table there. I should have went around from table to table.
Excuse me, can I have but no, I was 2 seconds of your time, please. 2 seconds of your time.
2 seconds. Dan from the Brunch Breakdown, real quick. But no, yeah, I was encouraged by the seeing groups of friends and stuff like that. So that was all good. But that's just making me think that the traditional dance setup doesn't work anymore. And then like their parents are probably saying, oh, why aren't you asking somebody? Why aren't you doing this? And then that's why those other kids have an out and still a reason to go and do something else. But at least the traditions of it, those have all kind of again, change the name. Just change the name.
I think there are people that go back for homecoming though.
Are there?
I really think that like we weren't parts of these groups of people when we grew up, but like I think there are like kids that were really into like student council and leadership positions at the high school that like love to go back and like see their teachers and stuff like that. And I think there's also probably like football players who go back because that's their one game that they like reserve to watch the team. Like I think there are some people that do that.
Or football players who can't get past that moment in life and just continue to tell high school football stories well into their 50s and 60s and try to go relive that one weekend a year in the fall.
That's probably some of them too.
This is why we need to stop this. We can't have this anymore. It's got to stop. It's got to stop. Our kids are not going to be wanting to do this. They better not. Starts right there.
Dude, you know something I just thought about is with there being more groups going, I don't think that needs to change the format of the dance. I just think you have parents who are of an age now who are just like, yeah, when I went to homecoming with some random dude, it was the worst time I ever had. And I should have went with my friends in the first place. And I feel like, you know, Gen X, millennials, like I will say that to I'll say that to my kids when it comes to that. I'm like, go with your homies. Like you will have more fun. Like if you want to go with this one person, cool. But like go with your friends. You'll have so much more fun because a lot of times like that did not end well for a lot of people. And I don't mean like danger. I just mean just like you just ended up having a shitty time with someone following you around saying, are you leaving me? Why are you dancing with this person? Why are you like, and you could have just went by yourself and just hung out. And I think we're more open to just saying that to kids now than they were back in the day. Because back in the day, it was like, nope, tradition, gotta go with this person, gotta do that. I think it's just a lot different.
Yes. So there's your message to the current and future parents out there. Be open-minded about whatever that dance is going to be called because we have to change today.
All right, guys, got to get this off my chest. Kyrie Irving is afraid of needles. That's it. It's that simple. He's afraid of needles. And anybody else who's not vaccinated, who needs to be vaccinated, who's like in the NFL, in the NBA and all that, doesn't matter. Cole Beasley, afraid of needles. Andrew Wiggins, also afraid of needles. But Andrew Wiggins, key point in the Kyrie Irving thing, Andrew Wiggins is engaged to be married. So someone said to him, hey, what's this I hear about you not getting vaccinated and losing $30 million? Not happening, friend. Go get your vaccine. Had to go get vaccinated. I don't know. She probably held his hand the whole time. He probably cried. He probably turned his head. All the stuff you do as a kid when you get shot or as an adult when you get your shot. That's what he had to go do because whatever. Kyrie Irving, he's not with anyone. There's a big thing with that. Like if you have a wife who's getting ready to lose $30 million or a husband who's about to lose $30 million, it's not happening. It's not happening. And Kyrie Irving is afraid of needles and he has no one there to check him on this. So Kyrie Irving, afraid of needles, and now he is not going to play for the Nets until restrictions get lifted. So who knows when that happens, which I'm hoping at some point in 2022, we don't have to be, have COVID tests and vaccinations and showing cards and showing, the QR codes on our phones. But yeah, he's probably not going to play basketball again until 2022 because he's afraid of needles. And I just can't. I hate needles too. And I just can't understand just losing money because you're afraid of needles. All the pilots not doing it too. You're afraid of needles also. So there's that. Everyone, you're all afraid of needles too.
That's a great point. Not having someone there to be like, yo, if you think you're going to lose all of this money for us over a needle, then go walk off the end of this flat earth that you think we're living on.
1000%.
He needs that person there. That's going to check him. You're right.
Yeah. It's just, I'm just so sick of it at this point. You're all afraid of needles. It's done.
He's a lunatic. He has lost it.
Like, I remember watching him playing at Duke, and he was like, doesn't he seem like the version of him at Duke was like a completely different
person? Was a completely different person. Completely different person.
Well, we didn't hear him speak, and he was hurt for like most of the year. We didn't know Kyrie.
But he didn't have that mopey look on his face all of the time.
That's true.
I just feel like he was like when he played at Duke, he was like, kid like works really hard, has a lot of potential. He has a lot of upside, a lot of talent. And maybe because maybe Duke just was like, he can't go to a press conference, and we never heard him talk. But it's just, I think that every once in a while, I'm like, man, he changed a lot.
I'm glad you brought that up. Like, can't Coach K, like Duke's a medical school. Like, can't Coach K like get a conference call together? You think he'd listen to him and maybe they could figure something out with the medical experts down?
No, Coach K, he's retiring. He's done. He's retiring. He checked out. He's like, I have 1 year left. I can't waste it all on Kyrie. That's not going to work out very well for me.
It's like, but the thing with Kyrie is that he is a basketball savant. Like, he is the best ball handler I've ever seen in my life. Kyrie works hard as hell. He's just an idiot. I don't understand. I don't understand. And he thinks he's smart when he's saying these things. He thinks that I don't know. But Kyrie, all I do know is that he's afraid of needles. And that's all I got for Kyrie.
Yeah.
Oh, let's get into the main menu, ladies and gentlemen. Today, a trailer came out for a new Disney Plus movie called Home Alone. Or is it Home Sweet Home Alone?
Home Sweet Home Alone.
Yeah, Home Sweet Home Alone. Thoughts, gentlemen?
No, because this is just basically a different topic, but a recreation of the way you opened up this episode. We need guidance on this, because otherwise we'll talk about it for like 2.5 hours. Like,
I mean, listen, I don't even know where to go with it, because I don't know where to go with this. I just know that I watched it and was like, it's the same movie.
Yeah.
It's not even it's in the same house. It's not in the different city. It's the same setup. Just one of the bandits is a girl. And they're from the UK or whatever.
They're maybe from the UK, but then like Pete Holmes is in it with his American accent. I don't think he has an accent.
So they have an adopted child from the UK. I don't get it. I don't know what but it's literally the same movie step by step. There's already like 4 phrases in there that are from Home Alone that are in the trailer. Yeah. So that just tells you how like many there are going to be in the entire movie. I don't know.
And they're and I'll just start off by saying it's very clear, if you've listened to this podcast ever, that Home Alone is one of my favorite movies of all time, period. Not just Christmas movies. One of my favorites. They claim this isn't a reboot, but I don't know what definition they're using, because this is it's like a shot for shot remake is what it seems, with some different twists. This is really hard for me to buy into this. Just the idea of doing something Home Alone, like, it should be exciting. Like with the Mighty Ducks, Game Changers, right? They took one of our favorite movies of our childhood, turned it into a mini series, a TV series on Disney Plus. And at first I was like, they're going to ruin it. And then I ended up enjoying it, liking it a lot. I'm not counting on that happening here whatsoever. It just looks terrible. It's just way too similar. This movie isn't old enough to remake yet. It's just simply not old enough. And it doesn't seem like they're doing anything interesting except changing some of the weaponry that Kevin, quote unquote, goes after the wet bandits, whoever they're going to end up being. That's also looks like it's going to be terrible. Like, I love Ellie Kemper, who plays Erin in The Office. But I'm supposed to believe that she's like a burglar and not a very good burglar because they're kind of comedic with it. Like, no. The one appearance we have is Buzz. Buzz comes back, and I guess he's the cop that checks on the house, right? In the brief appearance we saw with him in the trailer, he's back as Buzz McAllister, and he's a cop that checks on the house to see if anyone's home, which we all know that they end up not finding anybody. So I'm terrified. I'm terrified to watch this. I know we're all going to make ourselves watch it and recap it right here on the Brunch Breakdown in November sometime, but I'm really, really afraid that it's going to be really
bad. This isn't for us. This movie. It's not for us. It's for Saoirse. And we've seen so many reboots so far. I don't know that we've seen reboots that have been a carbon copy of the original before, but like, yeah, and that's what this one looks like. I had two immediate reactions. My first of those was exactly everything that Dan just said. But then like I started thinking about it a little bit more, and I was like, I don't know that when my daughter is 8 and wants to watch a Christmas movie, that watching Home Alone with Macaulay Culkin is going to resonate at all for her when she's just like, well, why didn't they have a Ring doorbell, and why couldn't they just watch Kevin on their cell phones? You know what I mean? Like, I feel like this was rebooted because the next generation of kids need a Home Alone. I think it's stupid. I think like you could have played off the idea of a kid being left at home, but found a new story for it. But yeah, my immediate reaction was like, I hate this. This is dumb. And I still kind of feel that way because I think you got to just be more creative in general. But I think it's like, at the end of the day, it's not for us.
Okay. See, I agree with you on that. And that's why like I'm slow to judge like reboots. Like, a lot of people lost their mind over Aladdin, which if you watch it, no joke, the new Aladdin's better than the cartoon Aladdin. Not even joking. It's just better. And so I'm really slow to judge them. But like this, okay, how do you not have a Ring doorbell? Did they reboot a 90s? Did they reboot a movie that's supposed to take place in the 90s?
I don't know.
Then it's not, because then if that's the case, then it's not for younger kids either.
Right.
Because they're going to be asking those same questions. It's like, wait, she's at the airport and she doesn't know where he is? Like, wait, we have a GPS tracker in our car.
Yeah, the kid doesn't have a cell phone.
Yeah, it's like there's no cell phone. You can't do any. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just these things don't exist now. So I'm watching that trailer like, I don't know. Did they just reboot a movie? It's just like set in 1990, and then it's like, wait, what's the point? What do we do this for? To do this, to shoot it in 5K or whatever? Like, why do we do this?
Yeah, like in Home Alone 2, when Kevin is actually trying to make the flight and he bumps into the lady at the gate and all the tickets go flying and she just lets him on the plane.
Right. Yeah. Things have changed a little bit.
Never happening ever.
A little bit.
Yeah. No, that's a good point. I don't know. I don't think we could gather enough from the trailer whether we know or not it's supposed to be current day or if it's just a remake of taking place.
It better be
in the 90s.
It better be current day.
Or else what's the point?
Exactly.
Right. There would be no point. You just have far less famous and probably frankly far worse actors doing this movie. Who's this? Didi, can who's this kid that's playing Kevin? Do you have any idea who this is?
No idea. I have no idea.
Like, they had no budget to go out and get somebody that has like Go get the kid that played the funny kid from Mighty Ducks that we all liked, the fat kid. Go get that kid. That's my dude. That'd be a great Kevin. He'd be a great Kevin. But like, I don't know who this kid is. So, and he's got the, maybe it's because they needed somebody with an accent. Like, come on. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah. It's weird. The only thing I can think of is because Ryan Reynolds, I think, is behind this. He's like one of the people who helped make this happen. Unless this was them throwing us off and there's just like, they made a whole different movie, but they just did this like shot for shot thing to screw with people. And then on like Thanksgiving, they're going to drop like it's a whole different movie and none of us knew. I don't know.
That would be awesome.
Yeah. Like the trailer they took the 2 minutes in the movie that are the exact same. And then everything else is actually way different. They swerve us. Yeah. If anybody's going to do that, Ryan Reynolds would definitely be on the list. So can't rule it out, I guess.
That's literally the only thing I could think of after watching that. But one big takeaway though. 90s movies trailers with the movie voice talking. I want those back.
Ooh.
I want those back.
Yeah. Those were great.
I didn't realize how much I missed those.
Yeah, that's a great point.
Remember how we would always talk about too, like, who is that guy? Who is that guy that does those voiceovers? What a career. What a career that would be.
And all of a sudden he's done. They don't want him anymore. Like you're right. I need that narrator. I need that narrator back. That's a great point.
Yeah. So not all bad. The narrator's back.
Right.
Oh, all right. Well, let's get into the next topic here. The Rock put out a rap on one of Tech Nine's songs. And yeah. Dan, you're the Rock expert here. Please indulge. Did you see this coming?
No. And I guess The Rock has been asked to do this for years, for a long time. And he said he was just waiting for the right moment, the right song, the right person, the right whatever. And so I guess him and Tech Nine had met on the set of Ballers. They kind of been talking about it casually. And then all of a sudden it gets a little bit more serious. And he wanted to write a song to be like a hype song, right? A hype up song. He wants it to be played in stadiums, like before big fights or to listen to at the gym. And that's when he thought this is the one for Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. And The Rock wrote it, he rapped it, and it wasn't the worst thing I've ever heard. It wasn't. I kind of thought it worked. I kind of liked it. I didn't see it coming. I don't think he needs to dip his toes into any more pools that have already been in, but you know what? If this is one thing that he wants to, I'm not going to use the word master, but like get involved with, this was the right song to do it. Though the song made sense. If this was a different style, different song, probably won't work, but I'm okay with it. I like it.
Do you remember how, like, months ago, we talked about how there needs to be a show that we host where we get incredibly talented people and find out what they're terrible at. We don't need to have The Rock on that show anymore because I thought this was terrible. I hated every aspect of the song. I don't know who Tech Nine is. This is the first thing I've ever heard of him. He sucks. The Rock didn't need it. Don't want it. You can take it back. We can pull that off YouTube. We don't need that, buddy. You got enough irons in the fire as it is. Stick to your other day jobs because that was rough. It was rough. I didn't like it. I didn't like it one bit. I'm not going to listen to it again. Listen to it once. That was enough.
Yeah, this is a heat check for The Rock for sure. Like this is a hot night for Steph Curry, and he just pulls up from like beyond half court just for the hell of it and misses. That's The Rock. Like, hey, listen, The Rock doesn't miss a lot. This is a miss. This is a big miss. And I forgot about our show, but yeah, that would have been a great episode. Cause that part where he says, it's like, what does he say? What's my name or say my name? And they just like, the crowd goes Rock. And you're like, yeah, it's bad.
I was ready for him to get back in the ring. Maybe that's what I was excited about. I was just like, let's go. WrestleMania is around the corner. Let's make it happen. But think of it in this context, in this perspective, maybe. Okay. This is a direct quote from Tech Nine saying, why not The Rock? And the quote was, better person, not Conor McGregor. I don't know him. I know The Rock. So that's the only reason, apparently, why he didn't ask Conor McGregor to rap on this, because he doesn't know him.
Why would that?
He literally called him out.
Why would that be the only other choice? Why?
What better person? Not Conor McGregor. I don't know him. I know The Rock. That's a direct quote. So it could have been way worse.
I don't know. That doesn't make sense.
It's like me saying, I need to get a verse from Jay-Z, but I don't know him. I know Dan Knop. I'm going to call him.
Exactly what that is. It's an amazing reason.
Not a very
all of a sudden now you look at it a little differently.
Not a very thorough vetting process, if you ask me. I don't know.
Right.
Wow.
He's going through his list. He's like, top of the list, Conor McGregor. Who's after that? I don't know Conor McGregor. Who's after that? The Rock. I know The Rock. Okay, that's it. 1, 2. I'm on 2. I stopped at 2. Perfect.
Well,
but yeah. So it leads us to the question. And since they're like beefing a little bit, or maybe it's they've figured out their beef, because I need them to resolve it, because I need more Fast and the Furious movies with The Rock. Vin Diesel or The Rock, who makes better music? I'll go Vin Diesel, and it's not even close.
Feel like I do.
Oh, jam.
Yeah, it's Vin Diesel. Stop it, Dan. Stop it.
Stop
I hate
Dan.
your face right now. I hate it so much. Vin Diesel put out an album. The Rock put out a verse.
That's part of the problem, is that I have to base Vin Diesel's off the entire album. But Feel Like I Do is a jam. This song isn't a jam. The verse isn't a jam. It's good for who it is. Vin Diesel's way more surprising. Like, I'd rather see these dudes like on the screen together or like in the ring together. I don't need either of them singing. And I really don't need it ever to be on the same track, because that would be a beautiful disaster. But if I'm having to pick, the better of the two. I can't believe that's probably the only thing Vin Diesel is better at than The Rock is singing. And I think The Rock would be okay with that.
Put him on the playlist. Put Vin back on the playlist.
Yeah, put him back on. Put it back on, please. Feel Like I Do stays there until we decide to take it off. See what you've done, Rock.
It's like 2020 all over again, baby. Let's go.
Right? Yeah. There were a couple. There was like 3 songs that had lengthy stays on the playlist, and Feel Like I Do had probably the longest stay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man. All right. So let's keep with music. The Pittsburgh Penguins, they start their season and they put out a list of songs that hype the players up. Each player got a song and they put it on Spotify. Let's throw this up on the big board. Christopher, my first thought with this is I don't know exactly how to say his name, but is it Kapanen? Is that how you say it?
Yeah.
Kasperi Kapanen, yeah.
He put September on there, and I have to say, because I saw his picture on the Penguins Twitter, and they have to release him now. I have been told that he's going to have a really good season for the Penguins, and people were really excited about what he's going to do. But you know what? Sorry, they have to release him now because he put September on the list. Because the internet has made me hate this song. This is a great song, but the internet has made me hate this song because people who would never, ever in their life have talked or listened to this song before it became a meme talk about it all the time now. And I hate this song now. So, Kapanen, released. Find a new team.
Two notes on that. I am stunned. I did not know he put this song in the playlist.
Yeah,
that
it's in the picture.
No sort of sense.
He spells September wrong. And you see it in
that
the
makes no sort of sense that he like there's some weird, probably European and whatever DJs and artists on here, and I would fully expect that from him. Like September, I get because going into training camp and preseasons and things like that. That would be the only reason why. I will spoil this for you though, Daniel Dudley. September will be played at our wedding because the 21st night of September 21st is Shannon's birthday. So that's been her song for a whole different reason for quite a long time. So otherwise, songs like that don't belong at our wedding, but that one will make it on there, and I'll make sure to point to you and grab you in the dance floor for that. So that's good to know.
Didi will be wearing his Casperry Kapanen jersey for that. I gotta be honest with you guys. Like, of all the major pro sports, I don't know that hockey sticks out as one with like a lot of great personalities. So when I saw that they put this playlist together, I had very low expectations, and I was pleasantly surprised to see quite a bit of music on here that I would listen to. We got DJ Khaled, we got J. Cole, we got some Drake on here. I think Galantis is on here. Red Hot Chili Peppers, nothing wrong with that. David Guetta, like there's some artists I don't hate. Come On Eileen is on here, which is random, but I like that song.
I need to know who put that on and why.
Well, they have a couple. Yeah, there are some a couple players on the team.
There are. I need to find out also who put on Higher Love by Kygo and Whitney Houston, because I have been in love with that song since the second I heard. I love that song. It'll get you fired up for a hockey game. We got to be friends. That's what I got to know. I love the Glass Animals pick here as well. That's a tremendous pick. But like, there's just, for hockey players, mostly European, some Canadian, there's way too much country on this playlist. It just comes down to that. It's just not getting me fired up to play a hockey game for the hockey season or anything like that. Other than that, I was actually kind of like you, Chris. I was pleasantly surprised with a lot of the picks here. It's not a terrible playlist.
Yeah, see, I was not that surprised. Here's the reason why, though. It's because I've always said that the Penguins pregame playlist, because I used to be at Penguins games super early when I was covering the team, was awesome. It was better than everyone's playlist. It was better. Like, it shocked me that the Penguins pregame playlist was better than Pitt's, right? And it was just always shocked me because of that, right? And I just didn't. I was like, how is this possible? But like, I was always like, whoever the Penguins DJ is, like, and it would not be the nights when Bonix would be there. It was just regular ass nights. Like, they were all like, when they would come out for like their skates and shit, it was just like always jamming in there, like all the time. And yeah. I don't know, this hockey just gets it. I don't know. I don't know. Or this, maybe the Penguins just get it. Maybe part of the, signing with the Penguins is like, you have to have a fire playlist. They're like, what are your top 5 songs right now? Go. And like, that's how it is. And if it's a whack top 5, maybe Sidney Crosby's like, nope.
Yeah. What do you think Sidney Crosby put on this playlist?
Pop star.
Dude, I was just about to say, whoever on the team put pop star on there, I'm going to buy their jersey. That's what I need to know who put that on there.
At Penguins right now.
They're answering. List. Some people are asking and they are answering some. We need to know.
I'm going to have to find this out.
That's very important.
I will look for it while we're talking.
But yeah, otherwise, pretty pleased. I think this would be I need to give this one a full listen all the way through. Yeah, there's just a few oddballs, but I guess you'll have that with any playlist.
Yeah. Like I think this is it's a nice playlist, man. That
Tip
Head
of
and Heart.
My Tongue by Kenny Chesney. What is that?
Listen, Kenny Chesney is like, when he comes to Pittsburgh, he's the mayor.
Yeah.
For that night or 2 nights, he's the mayor.
And then he burns the city to the ground and leaves.
He's just the mayor for those 2 nights. That's
it.
I have a few answers for you guys. Jake Gensel put Higher Love on there. So one of the best players.
Jake, let's go, baby. Yes.
I like it.
Evan Rodriguez put Come On Eileen on the playlist.
He's a little weird anyways. That's fine.
Those are really the only answers that I've been able to find.
Okay.
All right.
Fascinating. Well, this is a fascinating idea. More teams need to do this. More leagues need to do this. This is a great idea.
It's so easy to do too. That's the thing. It's just dumb easy to do that. So, All right. Well, let's get into this Super Nintendo graph that we have. Chris threw this at us. Did Chris throw this or Dan? I always mess this up. One of the two. One of you guys do, and I always mess it up. So then when there's episodes with us together, then I mess it up. We're doing something we're not supposed to be doing. So anyways, Chris, talk to us about this Nintendo 64 brunch graph that we've got.
Yeah, I don't know where the hell I found this, but it showed up on my Twitter feed. And basically the concept here is you're given $15 total dollars to build your dream N64 game setup, right? So there's a number of them. There's 5 columns here. The top column is $5. Second column is $4. Third column is $3, then $2, then $1. You have $15 to spend to build out basically the top 5 games that you want. I suppose you don't have to get 5. Like you could pick 3 $5 games if you just wanted those, but you have $15. So these are fun. Every once in a while I see these like, okay, you have $10, you have $15. And I thought this was a good one because these N64 games are straight from our childhood.
Yeah, they have some Hall of Famers on here, some classics, some absolute gems. We don't have to go through all of them, but there's some. If you haven't been able to find the video of this yet, just to give you a few, you got Super Mario's on there, Mario Kart, WWF No Mercy, a bunch of Zeldas, Goldeneye is on there, Tony Hawk Pro Skater, Pokemon, Diddy Kong Racing, NBA Hang Time, NFL Blitz, Wave Race, a lot. Just some amazing games, which made this super difficult to try to figure out what the best collection for $15 would be.
Well, how do you guys want to go through it? How do you want to do you want to like each of us build our 5, or do you want to go person by person? How do you want to go?
Are we drafting?
Well, we can pick the same one.
Okay, I just didn't know.
We each have our own $15.
Thank goodness, because this draft would have gotten really intense.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Because I thought about that too. I thought, boy, if we draft, I'm gonna get mad. So yeah, let's Chris, since this was your idea, why don't you kick it off and give us your $15 rundown of price per game and what games you picking here?
All right, boys. So I'll start from the top down. I'm actually going to take 2 from the $5 row.
Ooh.
So I'm eating up a lot of my money here right at the top, but I cannot build a set of N64 games without Mario Kart. That's a $5 game. You have to have Mario Kart. So that is in there 100%. And then the only shooting game that I think has been embraced by every person on the planet because of how good it was, Goldeneye 007. I have to have those two. Too many nights with friends just playing those games till like 2 a.m. Those are 2. So that's $10 right there. After that, I'm going down to the $3 column, and I am putting Tony Hawk's Pro Skater on this list because that game I feel like was revolutionary. Another one that was so much fun to play. And then for my last 2 more games, I have $2 left. So I'm going to the $1 row. I loved playing Wave Race. I just loved that game. And I think that was the game that like came with my N64. Remember they used to do that. So I loved that game, put that on there. And then I loved NFL Blitz too. That was, I was surprised there was not like a Madden game on here, but NFL Blitz was a ton of fun. And I loved that like a hulked out version of Cordell Stewart was on the cover. That was pretty cool. So those are my 5. Once again, Mario Kart 007, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, Wave Race, and NFL Blitz.
Strong.
That's strong.
That's strong good. 5 there, my friends. Strong $15 worth. My list isn't super different from yours. And honestly, at one point, I think I had the exact games that you had. So I'm starting off kind of where you started there. Goldeneye 007 in the $5 category, without a doubt. That was the only no-brainer on here for me, is that one had to be on there. I loved that game. I considered very heavily going Mario Kart because it's a staple. It's probably one of the best games on this gaming system ever. But I elected to skip it because I want a little bit more quantity. I want a little to bump up the game collection here. So number 2 for me, I'm going in the $4 column here. WCW NWO Revenge, an absolutely amazing game. Absolutely love that game. WWF, which is that one up there, even top? I can't even read it. No, is that No Mercy?
No Mercy.
Yeah.
No Mercy on the $5 column. I wanted to go there, but $5. I can, if I have a wrestling game and I have these two to pick from, I'm okay going WCW NWO Revenge for $4. Taking it down to the $3 column, I'm with you there again, Chris. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater Revolutionary. Absolutely love that game. It was so cool. So ahead of its time. Then I've got $3 left, and I've got a $2 and a $1. My $2, I'm going NBA Hang Time. Such a cool game. Such a cool game. Played it over and over and over again. Lasted forever. NBA Hang Time. And then I'm rounding off with my $1. I was stuck between NFL Blitz and Wave Race. I love Wave Race too. I don't know why. I loved that game, but
Wave Race.
I went NFL Blitz. I played it as the 49ers and Steve Young, and because he was like way ahead of his time in like being able to run the ball as a quarterback and throw in that game. He was like unstoppable. I love me some NFL Blitz. So I've got Goldeneye 007, WCW NWO Revenge, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, NBA Hang Time, and NFL Blitz.
Well, guys, my first pick is Wave Race, and I'm saying this from a point because it was the demo. So, like, I don't know how Wave Race ends or anything. It was just the one that came with.
You don't know how to beat it?
Yeah. Like, I don't know how to beat it. Like, I don't know how far it goes. I just know that was the demo. So, like, I played Wave Race all the time, and I was like, man, I really want this game. But then another game would come out and be like, yeah, I don't really want Wave Race, but, like, I'll play this whenever I'm, like, get bored or I lose in Madden a bunch. I'll just go play Wave Race for a little bit to cleanse the palate. But, yeah, Wave Race. Shouts to demos. I hope they still do that with video game systems. I haven't bought one in forever, but like I hope they still do that because demos are great. So that's my first pick, and as I'm gonna go from the bottom up, Mortal Kombat Trilogy. That game, hours and probably years of my life have been left because of that game, playing so many times. 1080 snowboarding, that game.
Yeah, that's a great game.
Incredible. I love that game so much. All right, so that's, what do I got? $6 right there. Going with WCW NWO Revenge because there was a code that you could get Dennis Rodman on that game.
Oh, that's right.
And I remember doing that, and one of my friends had the Game Genie thing, and then we get it really easy. But like I remember trying to do the code and stuff to get Dennis Rodman. So WCW NWO Revenge, and then of course the GOAT is 007. Yeah. We were talking about the Super Bowl being universally liked. Like, do you know anybody who doesn't like 007? Anybody?
No.
That's the thing.
No.
It's if you don't like 007, you're either super young, and that's fine, or I don't know. You grew up, you were Amish. I don't know. Like, I don't know how you don't. I don't know how you don't like. I just don't know anyone who doesn't like 007. So yeah, I love this list. I could go so many ways. Like Mario Kart. I love playing Mario Kart, but I suck at it. So I left it off my list, but I do love playing Mario Kart. Like, who doesn't, I guess, but like.
Yeah, that was a hard one for me to pass up too. It was just, because I was telling myself I got to try to stick to, although Chris, you had two $5 ones on there. It still came out with a pretty nice list, but I thought I got to try to keep one $5 on here and save up on the rest. And boy, 007 is really hard to pass up, even though Mario Kart is, people still play that now, right? On their N64s, we've got friends that still have that system, and it's okay, N64 or Super Mario Kart, let's go. But this is an amazing list. This was really well put together. Is there anything that you think was under or overvalued on this list?
I don't know.
In terms of their dollar.
I don't know what Bad Fur Day is, so I don't know why that's $4. I don't know what that game is. Is that like a Crash Bandicoot game or something? Like, I don't know what that is.
It might be.
I don't know what that is either.
I don't know what that is. Like,
Bad fur
I never
day. You're
know
right.
how to. Yeah, I never know how to value Star Wars things or things that are like movie specific because like I never got into those. You know what I mean? So like,
Yeah.
I look at that and I'm like, why is that up there, or why is it even on this list? Because everything else I feel like on this list is like video game specific, or like Star Wars. Like, I don't know. I don't play the movie games, but maybe that's great to somebody. I don't know.
One that was hard to pass up for me, and I think it's probably priced pretty fairly. Maybe it could even be bumped up one. Star Fox. I loved that game. It had the Rumble Pack.
Yeah.
Right. You remember we would shake the controller before they were even included in the controller? That was one of the originals that came out with Nintendo 64 too, with Star Fox. So that's in the $4 category there. So not that that was priced wrong. But I mean, I guess I was surprised that Blitz was only $1 in the $1 category here.
Yeah.
The game seems so epic that if like it would be worth more than some of these other ones.
It's a game that you literally couldn't put out now because the NFL is so different.
Yeah, it's true.
Right.
Like that.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? You could put that in like the jacked up era of stuff where like in bloopers where we would watch on ESPN for hours, hardest hits in the NFL.
Yeah.
Like that doesn't exist anymore. They've had to pay billions of dollars to people because of those things. So it's such a, so that could have been higher because it's just something that is like so of that time period where like if you were played NFL Blitz with a kid, they'd be like, what? Why is this fun to you? Like, why are they doing that? Like, that's crazy. But yeah, no, this was cool. I'm a big fan of this list. Big fan.
For sure. Yeah.
All right. Well, Dan, you got some Brunch Court stuff before we get to what we're listening to. So what's going down? Brunch Court. Let's do it.
Yeah, I know we're running short on time. So let's go with, we're going to do one item in Brunch Court. We'll bump some of the other ones too next week. So Chris, if you could, let's pull up. Let's see. Let's do the cereal.
Oh yeah.
Let's pull up the cereal.
Oh yeah.
That's what I was hoping you would pick.
Let's go.
So, gentlemen, yes, as you see it here, and if you're just listening, I'm going to describe this beauty to you. Wendy's Frosty chocolate cereal. This will be hitting shelves in December, which is just the perfect time for that. So we've got chocolate flavored marshmallow pieces and chocolate multigrain cereal with Wendy's Frosty flavor. And of course, you get a coupon for a free small Frosty with the purchase of the box. So we've seen some crazy cereals and mashups and things like that. Even on this very podcast we've discussed, we haven't quite seen a fast food chain get into the cereal world anything like this before. So Kellogg's and Wendy's getting together to give you Wendy's Frosty chocolatey cereal. I gotta know, guys, is this a home run or is this a strikeout?
Is this going to be available everywhere?
I believe it is. I'll work on confirming that for you right now, but I believe this is going to be available everywhere. Yes.
All right. Because if it is, I will buy this. I will buy this. I will do a live taste test on the show for this. Because I don't see anything wrong with what I'm looking at.
Now, you haven't done a taste test before live on the air for us, so that would be a first. And this is what this is your pick.
Yeah. Well, because I'm not going to go the Dan Knopf route and do like mystery cereal. I'm gonna go with what I know, and I am fully confident that you add some milk to this, and it's going to be delightful.
This is like, on American Idol, when someone starts singing and that you're like, oh my God, you don't know that that's Kelly Clarkson, but it's Kelly Clarkson who starts singing and they're all just like, oh my God. That's how I feel right now. This is like, I don't even need to tell you that you're a good singer. I don't need any of that. I'm just going to look at my people beside me and say, yes, you're going to Hollywood. That's what this is. That's what that is. Like, what? Wendy's Frosty, and then you get a free Frosty with it?
Yeah.
Like, come on. What?
Bro, I'm gonna make a bowl and then like get in the car with the bowl and go to Wendy's. And we're gonna do Frosty cereal with a Frosty. Let's go.
The amount of people that are going to be going to the Wendy's drive-thru with their hand in a cereal box to get the coupon.
Right.
Let's go.
Yes.
And this milk, once this all melts down and the cereal's gone, this milk is going to be wonderful, right? It's like a free Frosty right there. Maybe you could even freeze that up a little bit. Throw that in the freezer for a little bit. Bonus Frosties with your Frosty cereal. I love this. I absolutely love this. Chris, if you do a taste test, I will be right there with you.
You want to just come to the drive-thru with me, Dan? You want to just come to the drive-thru?
Right.
I'll pick you up. Let's
do
go.
it. I can't not buy this. It's going to be a wait till December, and we need the Kellogg's plant, and hopefully they can resolve their issues there. I don't know. Maybe this cereal's already made, which also could be very well likely and sit in the Kellogg's warehouse somewhere. But yeah, if we were going to do one brunch court item today, I had to throw the big one up on the board here because this is fascinating and super exciting. So that seems like we've got 3 approvals, something pretty rare when it comes to brunch court for us here, gentlemen, for the Wendy's Frosted Cereal.
Good job, Wendy's. Good job, Kellogg's. Everyone involved, just fantastic work. Just
Great work all around. Yeah. More brunch court to come next week. We got some other ones that we have time to get to, but I couldn't let that one go.
That's American ingenuity right there at its finest.
That's what you're looking for.
Like, wow. Incredible.
That's the dream. That's the dream.
Let's get into what we're listening to. I'll get us started. We were talking about the Penguins playlist. Well, guess what, guys? I saw on ESPN the other day, the last time that the Penguins were on ESPN, 2004, #1 song in the country was Usher's Burn. Putting that on the playlist.
Ooh. I thought it was going to be Ja Rule.
Dude, I bet it was like #2. Let's look.
I was going to go Nelly. My guess was Nelly.
But Burn by Usher, #1. So yeah, I'm putting that on the playlist. Go for it.
Love it. Well, I'll follow that up because I do have a throwback song for this week. And I was probably listening to this in 2004, Newfound Glory, Forget My Name off the Sticks and Stones album. It is, in my opinion, their best song, but it's not really anywhere near as popular as a lot of their songs. So Forget My Name, Newfound Glory, love that. Came on randomly and I had to put it on the playlist.
Nice. Very cool.
Like it.
Very cool. Upsall, our girl Upsall released her album last week, just this past week, called Lady Jesus. Incredible. The whole album is incredible. We've had a number of her songs on the playlist before, some of them that have been previously released as singles. She's just crazy talented. She's co-written a number of huge hits for other artists, and now she's able to do it herself with her kind of blend of hip hop and pop and electro kind of all blending together for this awesome sound. So I'll probably put Notorious on the playlist. The whole album is great, like I said, including the title track itself. So check out that album, and then Notorious for the playlist this week.
All right. I like Upsall. I haven't checked out the album yet, but I'm super excited to do that. So shouts you put on the playlist. Got a new one. Dan, you may hate this one or you may like it, but her and Kane Brown put out a song called Blessed and Free, and I just really love the song. They got their voices blend really well together, and I saw it because they were doing a bunch of press about the song and stuff, because country and R&B together, and it was cool, and and the song is just really good. So check it out. Blessed and Free, her and Kane Brown.
Nice. I have a new band that I kind of discovered this week called In Case We Crash. They have a song called Soul Paint that kind of led me into a wormhole of listening to this band and everything they put out so far. I really enjoy them. They're not as much really in like that pop punk genre, which I normally put on our playlist. More just an alternative rock band. They kind of remind me of Grayscale, if you're familiar with Grayscale. But I really enjoyed it. Thought I'd throw it on there, and maybe you will enjoy it as well.
Cool. Surfaces and Ty Verdes teaming up for a song called Sheesh. And I say it like that because that's how it's spelled. SHEESH exclamation point. So Surfaces, you probably recall, blew up with their hit Sunday Best. Was that last year? Holy cow. I think so. Yeah. I'm like, wait a minute. That was more than, yeah. And then Ty Verdes, he's making waves with his new hit, A-OK. There's a couple of renditions of it even out there, but the OG just as A-OK. So these two teamed up, or two groups teamed up for this amazing, very summery, very California pop hit. And as we mentioned at the top of the show, it's still reaching 80 degrees in Western Pennsylvania and on the East Coast. So it's okay to still jam out to a song like this. So just for a little while longer. So Surfaces and Ty Verdes, sheesh.
I am not a fan of that song, but you know,
what?
Shouts to you, Dan.
Oh,
I'm just not a fan. I'm just not a fan. I don't like it. I don't want to put this song on the playlist, but Dad Vibes by Limp Bizkit. Dan?
You won't, because I put it on the playlist last week.
I know. I'm not putting this on the playlist because you put this on the playlist last week, but I am this is a gripe with you, Dan. This is the
old Chris Gates, where he would give us a recap of our songs and whether or not he liked them or not.
This is a gripe I have with you, Dan.
Okay.
That song sounds so much like a Limp Bizkit song, and you described it as you wouldn't know it was Limp Bizkit if you didn't hear it. That just sounds like a Limp Bizkit song. It does. And it's not good. It's the longest 2 minutes of my life. I thought that song was 5 minutes long, and it was like 2 minutes and 11 seconds. That's insane. This song is awful. Terrible song. Terrible song. But that's
we'll agree on that.
Yes. And that is not going on the playlist next to the great Vin Diesel. Sorry, it is not. It's absolutely not. But what is Ian Dior V12 featuring Lil Uzi Vert? I love this song. I love Ian Dior. I love Lil Uzi Vert. My only gripe with the song is about banging girls like he's a V12 engine, and I'm like, that's like the fastest car you can buy. So like, why would you want to go that fast? So I'm like, I like the song, but when you're singing it, you're just like, wait, you want to have like a 4-cylinder. You don't want a V12.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
hop in a Honda Civic. Okay.
Yeah.
You don't want a 4-door sedan.
Yeah. It's like you want a minivan. You don't want a Ferrari, so Ian Dior, I know you're young, just letting you know, V12 isn't the way you want to go, just from experience. But the song's awesome. Just when you're singing it, you'll be like, V6. All right.
Yeah. Amazing. Oh, that was awesome. My last one is another new band I've been listening to called Midfield. And their song Sidelines is catchy as hell. It hits really, really hard. They actually really remind me a lot of Eternal Boy, which is a band that is good friends of the podcast. So I think it's a band and a song that both of you will like. I hope our listeners will like it too. But Midfield is a band I'm really into right now. So their song Sidelines is going to go on the playlist.
Cool. All right, wrapping it up then, I'm going to bring back a band who we put on the playlist. I put on the playlist a couple of weeks ago when we were talking covers, right? And they have a cover of Beggin' that's been on the radio for a while now, but I also put one of their originals on our playlist because that's not getting played enough. It's just this cover. So the group is Maneskin. They're the group out of Italy, kind of this new age rock and roll alternative group. And they released another new song called Mamma Mia. And it's fascinating. This kind of, it's not a new sound. It's just a different sound. We need a little bit more of this rock to kind of come back. I went on that tangent weeks ago about like, go to a rock show, go see a rock band, go do that. This is that band. And so Mamma Mia from Maneskin on the playlist.
I like it. Check out the Sounds of Brunch playlist every week on Spotify. Right. Can't wait to get to it. Guys, any final words here on the Brunch Breakdown before we say goodbye to the people?
Dan and Dee Dee butted head on a lot of different music today, and I found it wildly entertaining.
Rare company. That never happens with us. I don't know what to say.
I think we should keep it going.
When The Rock puts out music, it messes up the.
It does.
Messes up the balance.
Equilibrium is just about
That's true.
I'm being pulled in two directions there. It's not really good. It's not good. Yeah, stick to your first job that makes you successful, people. We opened the show with what would we do if we were billionaires? Those people have enough billions. Let us fly on a plane with Kanye.
Okay. We're out.